This is the Sabbath School lesson for the fourth quarter, 2021.
Lesson 13 from our series Present Truth in Deuteronomy is titled The Resurrection of Moses, ready for teaching on December 25, and I'm Percy Harrold. Wednesday, December 22, The Resurrection of Moses. So Moses, the servant of the Lord, died there in the land of Moab, according to the word of the Lord, and he buried him in a valley in the land of Moab, opposite Beth Peor. But no one knows his grave to this day. Deuteronomy 34, verses 5 and 6. Thus, with these few verses, Moses, so central to the life of Israel, a man whose writing lives on, not only in Israel, but also even in the church and in the synagogue today as well, died. Moses died and was buried. The people mourned, and that was that. Certainly the principle of the words of Revelation applies here. Blessed are the dead who die in the Lord from now on. Yes, says the Spirit, that they may rest from their labours, and their works follow them. Revelation 14:13. However, Moses' death was not the final chapter in the story of Moses' life. Read Jude 9. What is happening here, and how does this text help explain the appearance of Moses later in the New Testament? Jude, verse 9. Yet Michael the archangel, in contending with the devil when he disputed about the body of Moses, dared not bring against him a reviling accusation, but said, "The Lord rebuke you." Though we're given only a glimpse, what an incredible scene is depicted here. Michael, Christ himself, disputing with the devil about the body of Moses. Disputed over it. How? There's no doubt that Moses was a sinner. Indeed, his last known sin, the taking on himself glory that was God's, was the same kind of sin as Isaiah 14:14. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High, that got Lucifer himself thrown out of heaven in the first place. The dispute over Moses' body must have been because Christ was now claiming for Moses the promised resurrection. But how could Christ do that for a sinner, Moses, someone who had violated his law? The answer, of course, could only be the cross. Just as all the animal sacrifices pointed ahead to Christ's death, so obviously the Lord now, looking ahead to the cross, claimed the body of Moses to be resurrected. As we read in Patriarchs and Prophets, page 479, in consequence of sin, Moses had come under the power of Satan. In his own merits, he was death's lawful captive, but he was raised to immortal life, holding his title in the name of the Redeemer. Moses came forth from the tomb, glorified, and ascended with his deliverer to the city of God. And so to finish today, how does this account of Moses help us to understand the depth of the plan of salvation, that even before the cross, Moses would be raised to immortality? This lesson was read by Dr. Percy Harrold for Christian Services for the Blind. Sponsored by the Sabbath School Department and distributed through Hope Channel Australia, this podcast is also redistributed by Hope Channel Germany, Christian Record Services for the Blind, and It Is Written. It is also available on SoundCloud and through multiple podcast distributors, including Apple iTunes. Remember, God is always faithful.